Welcome to my channel. My name is Steph and I do free sewing video recommendations because I can never seem to get around to sewing. So this is what ends up on here. And today we're coming to you with a spring capsule recommendation, all free patterns as usual. And I'm pretty excited for this one because I really wish the wind and rain would go away because it's driving me up the wall. I'm very much looking forward to some warmer weather, and I've actually managed to get into a dress today. If you want to find out this dress, you can go check out the video here. And it is actually apparently going to get up to like 18 degrees. It is cloudy, but you know, we're embracing whatever heat that we can get at the moment. I live in Lincolnshire and it's just been really windy, and as such my child refuses to get out of the pram and do any exercise, so it's been driving me up the wall. Well, without further ado, let's jump straight in, and our first pattern is the Peppermint wrap skirt, and it is this beautiful midi length skirt, and I think this would look really nice in a linen fabric, and apparently it's been done in collaboration with the fabric store, which again, they do loads of free patterns. Now this has a pay what you like pay structure, but you can choose to pay 0, and it does go up to a hip measurement of 56.5 inches, which is 143.5 centimeters. Apparently midi skirts are in, and I like a good wrap skirt because it, you know, the size can change with you, which I am here for, and I am embracing the midi length. You know, I've got long gone in my 20s, I'm in my 30s now, and I can wear a respectable length skirt without feeling like it's aging me. I feel like it's quite appropriate. Though you do you, like whatever you can pull off, like good on you. The good thing with this is it comes in A4 and A0, so if you wish to send it to a copy shop to get printed, which I must admit I do send to copy shop quite a lot because I'm really bad at sticking together loads of A4 bits of paper. Like, they always end up a wee bit squint and a wee bit off, which I don't think helps my fit. Next up, we have the DIY button skirt, and I have spoke about this before because I just really love it. It's so beautiful, and it's from the Essentials Club, and I just think that this has like a few different options if you want to like make it have a bit more flair, you want it to be a little bit tighter if you want to make it out of different type of fabric, but it looks like it's just made out of a beautiful woven fabric, and because the buttons are right up the slide, the buttons act as the slits, so you can have that as high or as low as you like. And I think this would be a really good way to, like, you can do like 4, 5, 6, 7 buttons, and it will just get the process like down pat. And the beauty with these types of patterns is that they're pretty changeable to your own measurements, and with this one it's a lot of maths, but it's not hard maths at all, and I do think making these types of skirts to your measurements is absolutely perfect, because then you're going to have something that fits you and your body. So to go with our skirts, I do feel like we need a couple of tops. Now, I've never tried anything from Mason Fauve. This company, I'm terrible at pronunciations, I'm so sorry. And this is the Cedrat Camisole, and what I like about this is I like the shoulder ties, and then the fact that they're not like too in your face, and I like the fact that it has a few different options, and this one looks like it'd be slightly more suitable for like some sort of scrap fabric if you've got like large enough scraps, and then it's still got like some bust outs, so it's still got a little bit of shaping. And it's just a really simple camisole, which I don't think you can go wrong with. I feel like it's such a staple to our wardrobes, and you can still wear this like as like a base layer. You can wear under a jumper or something like that. And I just think it looks really fun. And this comes up to a chest measurement of 104 centimeters, which apparently is a size 18 or a 46. So I don't think it's the most inclusive. Now, I don't know if you've been living under a rock, but the tie tops are everywhere, like with the 3 ties, and honestly you can't go on Instagram explore page without seeing another one of these tie tops. Like, they've just gone super popular, and I can understand why. They look really easy to make, they look a little bit fun, a little bit of risque, because it's, I mean, tying them together with 3 ties. Like, you have to get the middle tie just right to cover your bra, right? But this one is the Elliot top from Cool Stitches, and it has a suggested price of $5, but you can of course pay $0. And what I like about this is it's cinching you in a bit at the waist. I do think the puff sleeves, I'm not a huge fan of puff sleeves, and with like the elastic here, but you don't have to put that elastic in at all. You can just leave it as like a normal sleeve like this. And I do think you can add an extra tie just across, just a little bit further up, just for modesty's sake as well. And again, it features some bust darts here. And there is an actual video tutorial available for this, so like you can follow along. It does only come in size small, medium, large, but apparently she is working on extending that size range. A large goes up to 106cm bust. Now I do think this is more suitable to the small busted ladies. I think if you are large busted, this ain't gonna work because you're gonna flash. So there is that to consider. Like if I made this, I'm not a large busted person, but I would require an extra tie just to make sure it wasn't, you know, showing the whole world my chest. Next up is the Wilder top from Mood, and honestly, this, I love it so much. I would never have the confidence to wear this at all, but I just think it would go so nicely with the Peppermint wrap skirt. Like if you got like 2 fabrics that like contrasted but went together, I just think this would just be so beautiful. Again, I would add an extra tie across the chest to make sure you don't flash the world. What I do like is the sleeves and the little elastic in the cuffs. I think that just gives it a little bit of flair, and I like the fact that it's long sleeved, so if it is a bit cooler, this is something that you could wear. And I would honestly, I'd probably just put a tank top on underneath this for modesty's sake. And obviously with Mood, they have like a super inclusive size range. Talking of tank tops, you've got the Bloma tank from Paradise Patterns, and if you sign up to their email list, you will get this sent to you. And this goes up to a 56-inch bust, and I don't think you can go wrong with a super simple tank, and it doesn't ever use that much fabric. Like I would definitely wear one out of this. You can make it as plain, as interesting as you like, and it's a good piece to go under other pieces, and it is good just to throw on with a pair of shorts in the summer when like you just want to be cash, super cash. So yeah, I actually like that, and I probably will get around to making that at some point, because I got a really nice tank from Taylor Swift concert, the Reputation tour, and I did try to replicate it with disastrous consequences. And so this one I think would actually fit that niche quite nicely. It's a bit of a tangent there. And because it is spring and not summer, and we do live in the UK, well I do, and the weather is pretty horrific and changeable from day to day, hour to hour, some might say, we have the sweatshirt from Vicky Sews, and it's called the Nikki sweatshirt. And I love this because it looks a little bit oversized. And what I don't like about some sweaters, or most sweaters, is they've got the rib band at the bottom. I don't like that pulling you in. I do want that straight boxy fit, and that gives you that. The beauty of Vicky Sews is honestly the fact that I've never made anything, but you get to choose different height ranges, and I do think it's possibly Russian in origin. So if that's not your vibe, I would overlook this one and try and find a different sweatshirt pattern. But there's another site, I think Russian as well, and they generally just give different height options, which I think is absolutely fantastic and way more inclusive, and just gives you such a better fit, because I don't see many companies doing that, to be honest, at all, not in the UK. Obviously, your height doesn't really matter. It depends on your proportions. Like, I'm 5'4", but most of my length is in my legs, not in my torso, so I have fit issues. But having less fit issues, if I get to choose height, would be a nice place to start, and they go up to a size 52. Now, carrying on with Vicky Sews is the Milana dress. Now, you know I've said I don't like ruffles. I would not put on the final tier at all. I think it ruins the silhouette of this dress. What I do love is the ruffles on top. I think that just adds, like, for me, it would really balance out my hips. And I love the tie on the back. I love having that little peekaboo in the back. I think it's super, super cute and perfect for spring. I would lengthen this significantly though. I would probably add on another, without the ruffle, so then it takes it even shorter, it's like a mini dress then, I'd probably add on like another 12 inches. Like I'd want this to be knee length or a little bit longer than knee length, like this really beautiful A-line silhouette, so that gives me a bit of swirl. So yeah, that is what I would do with that pattern. But I'd be getting this for the top half, the bodice, because I just think the features are beautiful. And another one from Peppermint is the Milton Pinafore. I should just make this, like, it's a beautiful midi length, which apparently is super in right now and goes well like over your t-shirts. Like this one's got paired with a white t-shirt, but if you look the hashtag up on Instagram, you can see like how many other people have made it. It's a super popular pattern, and I just think it looks like she's wearing trainers. She looks like super casual, like something you can just throw on and hit the day running. And I think it would go well over some of the other tops I've mentioned here today as well. I think that would be a really nice piece to mix with other pieces. Yeah, I just really love this. I really want it, to be honest. Yeah, I love the skirt, I love the top. I just think it's beautiful. And we are coming up to the last few patterns here now, because I do think possibly we should have some trousers in our lives, maybe, if you're not into skirts and dresses. And these are the Live pants from Mood, and these are giving you a nice, like, wide leg. Like, I would even say slightly flared. And it's giving you a nice high waist, and I really like the details in the top, like the little pin tuck. Though I must admit, this is well beyond my skill set and will be for probably another few years. Definitely an advanced make for sure. I just really like the look of these trousers, as it is something that I would definitely pick up in the shops for sure. Just because they just, you know, I'm over skinny jeans and I have been for a while. Skinny trousers are fantastic when you live in a quagmire, because they just go inside your boots so you're not getting covered in mud. This is something I have discovered this year. So yeah, that was that little segue. And to pair with all this, to bring this all together, you're going to want a nice inter-season jacket, and this is the Paola work jacket from Fabric Store. And I do, with these types of jackets, it's such a good base, so you can just make it, say, like out of any fabric you want, like a nice dense cotton, or you might want a lighter jacket in linen, or I think this would be brilliant for quilting. Like if you've had an eye on your quilted jacket for a while, this one is fantastic. And this comes with 4 pockets. Like, you're not going to be short of pockets. So if you're like out and about and you're like, oh, you have your bag, but everything ends up in your pockets in the end. Like, if you have pockets, you will fill them. So yeah, I absolutely love this. And again, this is print at home, and it goes up to a size 28/30. And there's a few people have made this actually, and it looks good. Genuinely looks good. It's basically an oversized shirt, but made out of a bit more of durable fabric. I mean, that's what it is. I just think it's a really great transitional piece and would pair really nicely with everything else I've mentioned here today. That's it. Thanks for watching. The next one will be another free patterns recommendation, because I am being really slow with sewing right now. You can see my massive ironing pile there. That is all kids stuff. It's been washed and it has been driered, because we want to shrink that fabric as much as possible, because if my family is anything like me, it will end up in the dryer at some point. So we may as well prepare the fabric first. Like, we know it's going to go in the dryer, so let's just put it in there to begin with. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.